Thank you much. Mr. Sessions?
Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. This hearing today is being conducted by the National Security, the Border and Foreign Affairs to examine how progressive ideologies affect military readiness. There was no conclusion that was drawn. We're asking you. And I want to thank each of you for your service to our country. I find all three of you exceptionally well, not only prepared and well read, but able to defend your positions. I, as a boy, am an Eagle Scout and have stayed very active in scouting. And we have a saying that says something like, leave your campsite better than the way you found it. Each of you have served in the military, and I'm a conservative Republican from Texas. You could figure that out by my voice. But we are concerned about the things that we have heard today, including lethality, the number of people who come and go in the military, the reason why this administration has taken the position it has, up to and including one of my nephews who is an Army Ranger, who was not willing to accept the COVID shot because of his age and the medical feedback. Can you please tell me, are we leaving our campsite better than the way we found it? Any of you?
Mr. Sessions, what we know in the last 2 years is that every branch of the military except the Marine Corps has missed their recruiting goals by a lot for the first time in the all-volunteer force since Vietnam. There's more and more evidence that it's due to the inseep of a political crisis, a politicization of the military, and the confidence that that gives every American to join a military that is dedicated to American interests and not partisan objectives. And I think that's an indication that things are, in fact, getting worse. And maybe we still are the best military in the world, but let's not wait until we're not to change things.
Well, that's right. That's that leave your campsite better than you found it, sir. Commander?
Congressman,
General?
I'm so proud to serve for 36 years in the Army. I wouldn't have stayed if it hadn't been that way. I have served with armies throughout the world, and it is not even close how much better equipped, better led, better manned, with better political leadership we are than any other Army in the world. So I would tell you that over my career, that the Army is in better shape now than it's ever been, and it's because of the people that serve and the leaders that are there.
Yes, sir, but that's not the question. The question is, are we leaving our campsite better for the future? If we're not meeting our goals of retention, of having people stay in, if we're having to pay extravagant amounts of money for people to talk them into staying, the question was not about your service. The question is your knowledge of the service. Are we leaving our campsite better than what we found?
And Congressman, I would say that in 2022, the Army recruited 45,000. In 2023, it was 55,000. We still have people in the pipeline coming in. So the task force of Army recruiting did a great job of fixing many of those problems, and it looks like it's on the upswing rather than the downswing.
Okay, thank you. I did ask for your professional expertise, and you gave me a solid answer. Commander?
Thank you, Congressman. I recently read that pilot bonuses in our Air Force are up to $600,000.
Me too.
And that's more than double what it was when I was flying F-15s 10 years ago. And a question I have is, and I talked to pilots about this, is why is it that they would choose, despite such an increase in the incentive bonus, to leave, go fly with the airlines, separate, either go into retirement or separate early without their retirement? And I've heard responses like, well, we heard the Air Force spokesperson say we'd like to reduce the number of white pilots from 85% to 67.5%. So my question is that not a quota?
It would be. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to add to the record here. Air Force goes on diversity, equity, inclusion, hiring spree. Top pays up to $183,500. I'd like to enter that into the record. I appreciate all three of you for your service. May God be with you, and thank you for keeping us one nation under God. I yield back my time, Mr. Chairman.